Oh, come in here. I'm working. Ooh, somebody need to put that on the album drop. Don't come in here. I'm working.
It's like,
Mike Will made it. Can you hear that? I can hear it.
I might make that a drop. I mean, I'm not producing any songs, but that is good.
That come on. Speak those things. It's a fine line. You know what I found out this week?
What?
Where is the line between lying and manifesting? I feel like if I get caught a lie, I'm just gonna say that I was just manifesting it. I didn't say I.
That's valid because in the church I grew up in, the pastor used to always say, and it's
speak those things.
Well, he used to do a paraphrase of it. Mm-hmm. Gotta act like you got it before you get it.
Boom. You speak those things as though they are. So somebody really walking around like that time Bow Wow got caught outside. I'm on the Bow Wow place. He had a private jet. That boy was manifesting now.
Did it manifest? Does he have
no? And he was still on a because I think it messed up when you get found out and people started because they put their energy out. Then your manifest don't come.
You see,
he was trying to manifest and then he got caught on that American flight. And they was like, not Bow Wow posting he in a private jet, but he on my damn flight. And then the energy, I think it just threw his shit off. And he just was like, fine, y'all, dang. I ain't even say that I was. I ain't say I was on a private jet. I was just...
That's why you got to keep some stuff to do that. Close to your chest.
Please close to your chest. That's what they said. Keep it close. Keep it near. Mm-hmm. That's what they said. Because, people, when you know how you like, when you was little and then you kind of start racing, but then when you lose, you be like, it's not a race. I wasn't even racing. Yeah, you was. He was racing. That's how Bow Wow was when he got found out.
Lily was racing. You absolutely.
You were running as hard as you possibly could.
You gave it all you
No, I was not. Nobody. I did not say start, set, go.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
Because that wasn't even a race.
I wasn't even that one for real.
When you like losing by the multitude, you just gotta call it a blanket. It's not a race. Like y'all ain't even racing. Damn. I'm canceling y'all shit. It's not a race. That's how you gotta do. Yes, it is a race. No, it's not. We already said stop running.
Adults do that too. It's like when you're not as successful as everybody else, you be like, I live off the grid. I don't really try to keep up with the material things. Yeah. Like it's not for me.
Like who is gonna be normal? Who left is gonna be normal if everybody else is trying to be? That's not really what I'm into.
I don't know why. Like that's not for me. You do that. You can be in the rat race if you want.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm fine with my. I need a regular job, a regular life, a regular.
What up, people? Welcome back to the Facts and Feelings Happy Hour. I am one of your hosts, Fire Angelou, in this motherfucker.
And I'm the other one.
The other
Big
one.
Meech, not the little one.
That's it. That's it. And we're so happy to be back. I mean, I don't know if you all could tell. Meech's energy is really kind of rubbing off on me. I was kind of having a kind of a kind of day. And
I do that.
You just done brighten me up.
That's what you do. That's what it's good. That's why it's good to have a duo.
Yeah, yeah. You ain't gonna say shit about me having this bonnet on.
I was coming. And what I was gonna say is Monique gonna be mad this episode because she said, sweet babies, don't be on Beyonce's internet with your hair. Because that's how she say hair. With your hair in a wrap. And it's even more disappointing because you are a college educated. She has a doctorate. And you on here, not just with the bonnet, but the bonnet beret style. Yeah. You got it tilted.
Cocked to the side.
Now, tell us about your bonnet, beloved.
Well, we're going to touch on it, but I did this intentionally to piss off the Moniques of the world. Ooh. Because I'm really sick of y'all and y'all's respectability politics. And I'm just gonna take a slight foray into this episode, but this episode is really we're doing something different. Okay, I know we only 4 episodes in, and you're like, wait, we just got accustomed to the normal flow, and now you're switching it up. Well, guess what? That's what you can expect from us. Okay, what we wanted to do, and we really appreciate all the love and the feedback that you all have been giving us thus far. But I thought it'd be really cool if we just took a pause in our normal flow to introduce you all to who we are, right? So we already said the 4th episode of the podcast, like every 4th episode, we're going to do like a hodgepodge of pop culture. So you can look forward to that. We're just going to start throwing out shit that's happening on the Shade Room and in the world around us and just talking about regular shit. But on the other side of this, the front part of the episode, I am going to interview. I'm going to put on my Gayle King, my best Oprah Winfrey, my best Barbara Walters, and interview my co-host, my host, my right hand to my left hand. I'm about to interview our very own Michi motherfucking Davis.
Oh, let's get it. Come on.
Okay.
This is episode 5, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like we did
after, so we end the 5. I'm with it. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Get your bop. You gonna do a voice or not? That's just me. I'll be doing that.
Yeah, I cannot. You know I can't
like
do voices or
accents. Just don't. Actually, matter of fact, don't even try. It's gonna cause a stir.
Ooh.
Let's get it. I'm happy. We're gonna pretend like we right at the house. So what's in your cup? Get into it. You got it in the cup. Whoa. You giving us the bonnet. You got the drink in the mason jar, baby. You came here you are from Atlanta. You came here all my life. You came real homegrown.
I did it on purpose. I really wish, just to further piss you Monique's of the world off, I really wish this was Hennessy in this cup because y'all also too good for that. Anyway.
Me too. It's me. Put me in it. The other stuff, I'm with it. I do your damn bonnet. Wear your shit. Drink out that mason jar. I got some myself. Love that. It would never be Hennessy in it. And I want to say it. If you could capture this so I can tilt, I'd never drink Hennessy the same way you did me last episode with a fucking booster.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is your get back. Oh God. It's so crazy. I wish I could refer to my spirits cabinet. I'd be surprised to see if there were even Hennessy there. My God. Got a whole gallon of Crown, but I gotta act like this about the Hennessy. Oh my God, Hennessy. There's so many better cognacs. Hennessy. Who?
The thing is, anyway, I'm not gonna detour. In my cup, I am drinking some Empress 1908 Indigo Gin. It's that purple color gin. Says gin colored with butterfly pea flower. Okay, P is in PEA.
Yes.
And so this is one of the things that as I hang around some of my seasoned friends, my friends that are just 2 years older than me, they have shifted away from other liquors over to the gin. And so they drink like gin and tonics. And so this is the purple gin mixed with a little pineapple juice. That's what I got going on.
I like to think and subscribe to the fact that gin is for, when I say real, I mean real, grown ass people with real grown ass problems. If you do not have that, it is difficult to appreciate gin. I personally, I don't like to say that things are nasty or whatever, because it's an acquired taste for everybody. Gin is one of those things. Gin to me tastes like problems. It tastes like stress and problems. And I think that what makes people like gin is if you have enough of it of your own, it creates some sort of counterbalance and it makes something delicious. But if you don't, and I just don't know if I got some stress going on, I got problems, but it ain't enough for me to be like, fix me a gin, especially a gin and tonic.
Yeah.
That is for honey.
Yeah.
You know,
that's for some adult.
That's some adulting. And I hope to get there one day. Actually, it's not even a thing that I look down my nose at. I want to get to a place to where I can appreciate gin. I think. I don't know if I need that many problems in my life, but I just want
the gin will help you cope. The gin will help you cope.
It is. It's some shit. I don't know if I want to be coping with the things that you need.
Now, listen, there are levels, because if I said I was drinking Seagram's, hey, you might want to come over.
Yeah, and come see me. You said you were down before I got on here, so I'm like, a friend, you can gin. But so you're saying that elderflower, that's a different one. I heard that was good, the purple joint.
Yeah, that butterfly pea flower.
I might try it.
It takes it up. But anyway, what you got in your cup?
So I got what most people probably would call it Jack and Ginger, but it's not Jack. It's Uncle Nearest. So I got to come up with new names. Nearly Ginger. How about I say that? That's cute.
That is really cute.
Nearly, I get that on the spot. I'm witty like that.
Wow.
I'm drinking a Nearly Ginger, and it's Uncle Nearest, because I stopped fooling with Jack. Once we know what we know,
once we know,
you can't
actually. You know what? I'm gonna, not that you have to be a whole historian, but a lot of people may not know. I'm constantly taking for granted what people do and do not know.
Okay.
So just again,
real quick.
Google exists, so
yes,
do your own
please Google it.
But
I got you. I'll give you a quick. overview synopsis. So Nearest, Uncle Nearest is what the family's called, was a distiller. He was a free slave, whatever. He was slaved and he was freed, and then he began to work for Jack Daniels. He taught him how to make the whiskey that is Jack Daniels today. It became that Tennessee whiskey for Jack Daniels. However, his own family did have their own distillery, and they began to produce whiskey of their own. And so, over years, they definitely developed. They got their name. You know what I mean? I don't think they don't even have any bad blood with Jack Daniels or anything. I think they cleared, the air with being like, hey, tell our story kind of thing. So it's great. You can definitely get it at every liquor store. It's there. Sometimes they're sold out. But yeah. So if you are a Black person, buy Uncle Nearest as opposed to buying Jack. And it actually tastes better. It's a better tasting whiskey if you know about it. So yeah. Little quick.
Thank you for that.
Do the Google for the rest of it.
Yeah, because we're still gonna give you the big facts
every time,
even though we're taking this slight detour. So are you ready to get into it?
I am so ready. I'm trying to, even though you're not gonna, put on any airs, I'm trying to think, like, who do I want to be? Do I want to be Whitney Houston getting interviewed by Barbara Walters?
I very much so want you to be you.
All right, I'll be myself. Let's get it. That's
okay.
Anyway.
So my first question, some of these questions are all over the place. They are for no particular rhyme or reason, but let's just start off with, where are you from?
Oh, and it's so funny. I'm trying not to make every question long-winded, but it's like I'm a complicated person. I'm from Dreamville, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Let's get into it. Shout out Cold World.
Okay.
I was born in Memphis, North. Shout out Glorilla, 3-6, and everybody else. That's it, really. I don't have to go into many more. Born in Memphis, raised in North Carolina. You thought that was good? Like, well,
yeah, I was about to say, and then what happened? Like, I was
my dad is from, but so we got strong roots. Also, my father's from Florida.
Okay. I am
by no means a Florida girl, though.
Sorry. I mean, Florida is troubled waters. Okay,
troubled water. I just try not to.
Troubled place. But where do you live now?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Gotcha.
State of North Carolina. North Carolina grown, and I live in Charlotte now.
And you went to school in North Carolina?
College?
Yeah.
Sure did. You went to Winston-Salem State University. They do this thing now. We weren't doing this, but the kids do that now. Winston-Salem State University. Go Rams. Chew tobacco, spit. If you ain't a Ram, you can do the rest.
What is
you ain't shit? That's what it says.
Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, are you telling me that there's a chant that goes with Winston-Salem State that says, chew tobacco, spit. If you ain't a Ram, you ain't shit.
Woo! You can either see the shit or say the woo if it's people's mamas around.
Have you ever chewed tobacco?
But it's just North Carolina, so it's a thing. I don't.
Oh, because the tobacco and the
tobacco. There you go. Put it together.
One and
like
two.
How you doing
this?
Two.
Okay, so this brings me around to tell us about, when were you born? What's your birthday? What's your sign? Do you follow astrology? Let's get into it.
I try not to dabble too heavily into it. I like to let people be themselves. I'm not that strong to where I'm just like, oh, here you go. Nah, I can't even know what to expect with you. I say that, so you shade. But
you did. Everybody does, though.
Everybody does. But again, with respect to astrology, I try not to do that, because there's always a caveat of everything. I'm a Leo, though, and it's full blood. You hear me?
I think anybody that follows astrology could know that about you without you ever saying it.
Well, take a wild guess. Do your best. Yeah, I'm a Leo in all of its essence. I am. Moon sign. When I'm a moon sign, my moon sign is in Virgo. I know that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't think I knew that about you.
Fun fact. My moon is in Virgo. My sun is right in the middle of Leo. August 14th.
I definitely thought your birthday was in July, but August 14th. And you know how I can know? I am a person, I'm not to the point, like you mentioned, with astrology, where I won't fuck with nobody because of their sign.
Right.
But it does help me give meaning to some things that I notice in people's lives.
I like
what I know about you, what I know about my friend,
what you know,
is that if it ain't right and in order, like the presentation has to be pristine.
Come on.
If something is just slightly askew, do it again.
Please.
because she can't have that attached to her. She cannot tolerate it.
Only if it's attached to me. Also,
Uh-huh.
very Leo. Like, I don't mind if you do your thing askew. I can participate in that.
But no, that's the Virgo. That's the Virgo, I think.
Maybe.
And then the Leo is you. It's like you are on, like you are on, like constantly on stage.
Oh, you saying the Virgo is askew? Yeah, maybe. And like I said, I'm not gonna knock you if you're just like, oh, it don't have to be this perfect. So okay, because it's your thing. But if my name is on there, baby, oh no, we're not gonna do it that way. We are not gonna do it that way. No disrespect. But yeah, okay, yeah. And instead of Leo is on. Yeah, I put that on. I'm on.
Okay, and what I also know about you, just to give the audience a little bit, you are the youngest child, right?
Yeah, I am.
Do you think you act like the baby of the family?
No, that's the crazy thing. If you ask them, probably. But I am very mature. And I say it that way purposely because I know that only people over 50 say mature. And I am mature.
Okay.
I'm not. I want to be, though. That's manifesting. I was manifesting. You know, but a little manifestation.
Lying and manifesting.
Just no.
Truth. No, just manifesting.
Manifesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. So what did you go to college for?
Mass comm.
Again.
Always on.
Just mass right comm, there.
Doing the thing is right there. Am I doing mass comm? A little bit, I guess, with this and everything else that I'm doing on my we all mass comm majors now, to be honest. That's what Instagram is. All of it is. Dang. If you was a mass comm majors and your videos and all of that stuff is trash, we're having a real problem because y'all, this was our time to shine.
Yeah.
Like mass comm majors happened and then social media happened. And it was looking like, hey guys, all call. We probably were all doing something else though. I'm in tech, actually, like for my day job.
Right.
Transition into tech. So I'm a super techie. But yeah.
So you're into technology. You didn't minor in technology, IT or
a minor. So I was mass and then like obviously a tech minor. So yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's take it back to, let's say 8-year-old you, right? This is 8-year-old Meech, and you know, you're in 3rd or 4th grade, whatever grade you're in when you're 8. And people say, what do you want to be when you grow up? What was what was your answer?
A couple things. Firefighter, strong.
You wanted to be a firefighter?
Yep. Right along with that, because they did say that you could do anything. Thought that at the time, thought it would be a great idea. Zoologist. You know that about me, know a lot about animals randomly. Mm-hmm. And I think I thought at 8 it would be something, because you know, we see Steve Irwin and the Pratt brothers, and I thought them was some cool ass cats. And
wow.
I thought I would get into life like that. Granted, I don't think any of them were zoologists actually, but
no. Yeah. I don't know how they got into their line of work.
Yeah, but that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be on TV talking about animals and shit.
You thought you were gonna be walking on the late show, the late night talk shows
with monkey, iguana, bird, telling you all about it. Hello, friends.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. And then the TV host is terrified because they bring the alligator. They bring the alligator.
Hello, friend. This here is a, you know, that's what I thought I would be doing.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That is something. So you did not go to school for zoology?
Nope.
Okay.
I didn't do that. It didn't work out.
What I know again is that you've had a lot of different career changes, right? Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're career changes, but you went to Afghanistan for a minute and cooked, and then you were a cook here in Atlanta, and then now you work in IT. At some point, I think you had like a construction truck. You're a chef. You're a comedian.
Yeah,
you build stuff.
It's so
for
crazy.
Fun.
It's so crazy because as you're explaining it, it sounds a lot like I might be have roots in Jamaica, but I don't. I am not a Jamaican, and it's so crazy because what I just like to do is just disperse the income.
Okay.
But yeah, so let's give meaning to that, so I don't seem so Jamaican.
Okay.
My father is also techie, and them Florida roots. His entire family lineage is in construction.
Okay.
So that's what they do. Like this is literally Davis family construction. So he dabbled for a while in concrete. That's what they did. So their family business is concrete.
Okay.
Concrete. And so with that, he has his own business doing that for a while. So I was like, dang, what part of that can I, get in on? So I have dump trucks.
Gotcha.
So that's that. It is of itself. Nothing in it. And I also do, just like, okay, boom, this gonna make sense for the lineage. Because we're talking about that generational wealth. I'm gonna get in on this generational. How can I add to the business? I got dump trucks. Aside from that, I do not get paid for it. So it does not count as career. But yes, I do. I am pretty handy with my hands. I am a DIYer. Yeah. And I like to build things. It gives me pleasure to build things. I haven't gotten paid for it yet, so it does not count in my Jamaican appearing all over the placeness. Yeah. But that is a hobby. So tech, literally, like right after college. So right after college, I got into, just by gift and by trade, I can cook. And I'm a chef. And I just started doing it like crazy after graduation. Like I was just like, yo. And so what happened was there was an opening to be a chef, like overseas, like contracting, like government contracting. And I was like, I could go. And they was like, yeah, you don't have to be super, super qualified. Like you didn't need to be a 5-star chef. You just need to be able to prepare meals pretty much for the Army.
Did you have to go to culinary school at all?
No. Oh, what do you say? You said go to what school?
Culinary.
Culinary. Yes. You just want to say, you're not allowed to say culinary with a bonnet on.
We're going to talk
about Why are you saying culinary, not culinary school? It's the fact that you're saying with the Masons, it's just a lot. Okay. So no, I did not. Completely self-taught. Bad. I'm a beast. I'm gonna let you have it. I'm a beast. But no, did not go to culinary school. Took a few classes here.
I got gin all over this laptop because
that good stress
gin. You an idiot.
You got that stress gin all over that laptop, on that $high laptop. That's how I know. More stress.
Keep going. Keep going. So you didn't have to go to
my nearly.
Just keep going.
Nearly ginger ain't there. But listen, so no, self-taught. And I just took a passion to it. And so I was like, you know what? I can do that. Went over there to pay me the big bucks to do it. And I just got better and better and better. Got promoted. And I like, and obviously we're traveling. So this is before, like travel is a culture now. Yeah. So this is like 2013, 2012, when I'm like, cooking in Dubai and I'm like in different places. And so this is like before Dubai was Dubai. I was there just, kind of living life. I'm young. I think I was like 23.
But this is also during the war in Afghanistan.
And this is the war in Afghanistan. That's how I got this job. Yeah. So what that looks like, just for insight, whatever, when they go over there, you got like the entire army. You got platoons of soldiers and they go to, like a cafeteria to eat. But they still try to feed them as if, they're in America, give them a sense of home. So we feed them, and then you have people like me who, believe it or not, them generals and colonels, they're not really over there in the trenches, but they really kind of coddle them a little bit to make them feel like home. So they get like 5-star meals brought to them or whatever they can request. And then at some point I was preparing those. So it's like, we want steak and lobster and blah, blah, blah. And, using our good tax money for that shit. That's what they be over there doing with it. And that's what I was doing.
Wow.
So yeah, and then we're teaching them how to cook also.
Gotcha. So this is before or after you were on MasterChef?
So this is before. And the crazy thing is so like that's why I'm like I didn't go to culinary school, but like you learn so much. So when I'm there, you're teaching. My job is to teach, aside from like cooking for the higher level generals and colonels, high ranking soldiers. We're teaching Afghanis how to cook American food. Okay. And we're teaching Indians how to cook American food because they're all there. We're all working together, and for the war. When I say Indians, I mean like, those people from India, not like Native American. And so because I'm not an asshole, I was like, hey, we're not going to just cook American food every day of, the week. Like y'all get in here, get down and get busy. Show me some stuff. So I'm learning like literally in depth how to make Indian cuisine. Wow. How to make Afghani cuisine. And it's just like, and I'm letting them like have full reign, like have at it, teach me stuff. So like you learn, as you go. And I've just kind of always been that way.
Wow.
I know, right? Fun fact.
I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat. Like I don't know you, which I guess that can be the next question. How did we come to know each other? And I guess you did. Okay. So next week, Michi's going to interview me. And I guess I can give my side of things. But on your side of things, how
what's so funny?
We come to each other.
I don't even think we've actually ever talked about this outside of how it came about.
Oh Lord.
So I am I met Faya. So a line sister of mine is like, hey, so also a bit more about me. I bi, right? And so when you are that way, as old folks like to say it, people kind of just assume that it doesn't really matter. Like you don't have a type, or you don't care about anything else. Just the fact that, hey, it's a girl over here. I know you into that kind of thing.
You gay, she gay.
She gay. Y'all want to talk on the phone or something? So I'm in Atlanta, and my line sisters, well, now her husband at that time was her boyfriend. She really likes the guy. So she's like, hey, I'm here. He's got a friend here. We're at a lounge. Randomly called you. Mind you, I haven't even talked to my line sister in a minute. So she was like, hey, girl, I'm in Atlanta. And I was like, oh, what's up? Like, where y'all at? You want to come through? Are you trying to come to my house? So she's like, no. I'm going to a day party. And I wanted to see if you like would slide or whatever. So I was like, sure. Like, I don't have a problem. So I was like, who all with you? So she was like, well, it's me, my boyfriend, somebody else, and their boyfriend. And then there's a girl here. Her name's Michelle. So I was like, okay. And then it kind of like it was an awkward silence. I was like, oh, does Michelle need a date? And it was just like, well, I think she all right, but we just kind of, And I was like, well, bitch, did you call my phone? Because I like bitches. And so she was like, she laughed. She was like, I don't know. You, man. And so now I was like, man, I'm not about to come up there. That girl, like, I'm not. And they was like, well, we already gave her your number, so I don't really know what to do. And I was like, bro. And it was like, it kind of put me in a rock and a hard place. And so now I was just like, all right, yeah, I'll see. Niggas do. I was like, I'll see.
Yeah.
Blah. I think he may have ended up texting me like, hey, are you going to come through? And blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, probably not. Mind you, I hadn't seen you, heard none of it. I was just like, man, I'm not fucking coming up there. So then at this particular time, I actually was either I was fresh out of a relationship or still dating somebody. I think it was fresh out. And so we had actually met finally. And I was like, man, I just wasn't in the space like dating nobody. And I was like, man, I'm really straight. But we had like a couple conversations and I'm just like, she's really a fucking dope ass person though. And I hadn't really figured out in my big age, like the last time that I was like, hi, would you like to be my friend? Like I couldn't figure out like how to do that. So now I was just like, man, she probably like when I be like, okay, like cool. I know they gave you my number for us to probably like try to talk and get to know each other better in that way, but I'm just not interested. But I really would like for you to be my friend. Like you seem like a valuable asset to my fucking life.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna jump out there. I was like, yo, I know how they probably set this shit up. It ain't what I'm like going for. And you was just like, yeah, I can see that. I get that. And I was like, you trying to be friends though? and I think he was like a little probably I'll put like, bitch, what? Just like, I know. Don't nobody really get, but like for real though, in real life, how often, I want y'all to think about it. How often do you do that? Like maybe it's just like with, guy or girl, however,
ever
be like, damn, this isn't working in this direction, but like you have value way like in other places, like, can we be friends? And I was like, yeah, at our big age, we never do that. And I was just like, man, because the culture is no new friends.
And at the time that song was out, that song
was popping, and I was like, this is exactly what she's gonna say. She's gonna be like, no bitch, no new friends.
I'm really good.
All right. I'm good. Thanks anyway. And I was like, damn man, she's really dope though. But just not. And you was just like, you know what? Fuck no new friends. You all right with me too? And I was like, hell yeah, friend. And then that's it. Like from there, it was cool.
That's so dope. I cannot wait to give you my perspective next week. That's hilarious because you just refreshed me on some shit I had forgot. But that's so dope. Okay. So you were on MasterChef. So then, so we introduced you on the show as a comedian. How did you get into comedy? I know you to be naturally funny. You told me yesterday, people in your family, just funny people. But what made you say, I'm going to take this shit to the stage, or I'm going to take this shit to social media, TikTok, Vine, Instagram, however you started? How did you get into it?
So a couple things. We always talk about that, the whole jack of all trades thing. Mm-hmm. And so I'm doing work. I didn't touch on it, but so when I came back from Afghanistan, MasterChef came to Atlanta. And so my friends, everybody knows I cook. Everybody knows I'm funny. And so they're just like, you got to go. You got to go. Show your personality, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, fuck it. It can't hurt to go. And so to audition, they were at like the damn Sheraton or something, like this big conference room. We bring a dish and you audition, made it on like without like literally flying colors. They was like, yeah, you're going all the way. I'm going to Hollywood type shit. So I go there. That's great. Eventually I got eliminated off the show and I come back And it was literally that kind of that purpose calling thing. And I'm just like, yo, you here, you're in Atlanta. This is becoming the city. You gotta, the you're so funny at home.
So what
so
year is it now? Not to cut you off, but what year are
this
we?
This is 20. No, this is like 20. This is 2016.
Okay.
This is 2016. Top of 2016. I remember kind of being like, still cold outside. And I'm just like, you gotta do a stand-up like show. You gotta put together a show. You gotta get out there. You at least just gotta do it. You gotta get your feet wet. So I go, it's 2015 or 2016. I think it's 2016 though. I go in to Cat's Cafe in Atlanta. All comedians will know. That's my first night. First night of stand-up. First night of ever hitting a stage. Cat's Cafe is Atlanta's. There's so many in Cali, to be honest. Like just little rooms where you can go in, see a comedy show, and you never know who will show up. You can be in Cat's.
Like the spots where they say Dave Chappelle might walk in and do a set.
And they do though. And they do that. Dave Chappelle might walk in. Eddie Murphy might walk in. Like literally. He's a little big because he's not doing shows anymore. But anybody that's working on a comedy tour, Kevin Hart might walk in and get a set off. So those are the spots where you go and comedians go to work on the material that's going to be in their stand-up special.
Gotcha.
So they go to different spots, try it out, see how they like it. And then if it received well, then it goes into the set and, makes it to the grand television stage. But that's where I'm doing my first set at. Funny enough, I'm like, okay, you got to get on the list. I get there early. I'm like, I'm on a list. And
like a Joel Maisel.
Like a Joel Maisel.
Okay.
Carlos Miller is the host at Cats at the time.
85 South.
85 South. Super authentic and super genuine dudes. What people, not that people probably think otherwise, but in the event that you do, I'm talking about what you see is literally what you get. He's not an asshole, just a real cool dude. And I'm just like, man, it's my first time, blah, 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 blah. And he like, yeah, all right. Like, don't worry about it. Shake that shit off and get up there, do your business. And I'm just like, all right. And then, he's not Carlos Miller at the time. He's budding into that. But I'm just like, all right, get up there, do my thing. It's great. It's not like so great. Like, it's not like, oh, you shut the house down. But it was like, I was like, all right,
enough
cool.
for you to keep going.
Enough for me to be like, all right. And so I get to the back though, because the comedians kind of corral in the corner. And I'm like, man, I think that was all right, or whatever. So dude was like, yeah, man. He was like, I think you would have gotten even bigger laughs, but like, how are you holding the mic? And I was like, what you mean? Like, but he was like, I had the mic holding it, and just for example, like this. And so with a regular like stage mic, you can't do that. It muffles the sound. Jay-Z even did like a thing on it. He was like, yeah, some of it we couldn't hear you. And so he was just like, I was like, oh. And I could see like people, like leaning in, like laughing, but they laugh like, what you say? What you say? What you say there? Did you say? So that was enough. And it was just like, you know what? I'm going, like, this is it. Like, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to make this a thing. And so, been doing it. Definitely not consistently as I should have been since then. Yeah. But I was like, this is probably going to be it. So,
do you do a lot of stuff like that, kind of trial by fire? Like little things like holding the mic, in a certain way. That's saying, I have a talent in this area and I'm just going to try it out. Do you do a lot of stuff that way?
I'm going to go off. I'm going to go on record here and say almost everything I do that way.
Wow.
Yeah. Until I got like friends in my life that was like, how about we don't have to make it fire? Like we could do a little bit of preparation. Like, just so it's not. But trial by fire is definitely that's like, to me, it is my best teaching method.
But that says a lot about who you are, right? There are some people who are so afraid of trying new things that they won't do it until they have behind the scenes work through all the kinks of what it takes. A courageous and brave person.
Because you can't.
Because you can't. A lot of stuff you can't know until you're doing it.
Yeah, because you think that you worked through the kinks, because those kinks you made up in your mind.
The anxiety, right?
And anxiety, and then the more they come, like, when will you do it? When you gonna do it? If you can think of any kink, then it's like, what about this? I didn't prepare for this. I don't do it. I'll get out there. They'll give me the kinks. Yeah, somebody write it down, take it a note, like, hey, this are all the things. It's just like, oh, all right, bet I can fix that next time. And then you go fix that next time. And then the next time you're like, okay, I talk fast. Like, hey, slow it down. Then that's my next critique. All right, slow it down. Let the joke land. Let the punchline come home. Okay. And then you do the next one. Hey, you spend too much time on this joke. And that's how you just go. Like, you just go and you learn, because you have to think about it. To me, and stand-up is very specific in a way of you have to, because you've already been doing it. I've been performing my entire life for the same people. They got the same critiques. They don't know. They think I'm hilarious, right? You're amazing. I don't know. I would change a thing. And it's just like, okay. And so you have to be able to, I can't ask the same people, oh, how was that? They don't think it's great. I need to get out here with some people who don't know me so they can, either laugh or, you always wonder
get to the next level.
Get to the next level. People go on American Idol, you be like, nah, how the fuck you make it all the way here? How you get all the way here? Singing how you singing? Because everybody in your house said you are amazing, and if you want to sing, you sing, and that's what you do. Do I sound good though? It don't matter. It don't matter. That's what's on your heart.
What they say?
That's what's on your heart. You do it and you sing. Nothing wrong with that. Don't y'all tell him, hey, listen to me. Don't you be that person. Don't kill his dream. Yeah, somebody need to kill that bitch.
Yeah, sometimes you need some refining. Sometimes you need some refining. I like that. Okay, so comedian, and then we get into the chef stuff. So then, okay, you mentioned one thing that I'm not going to spend too much time on it. I know my friend likes her privacy. You mentioned being bi.
Here you go. Yeah.
Okay, but in general, what's been what's the length of your longest relationship? Because I don't know.
Officially 4 years.
4 years.
4 years. Yeah.
4 years.
4 years stint of time.
Okay. And what would you say? Maybe not. Okay. So let's take that relationship aside. 4 years is a long time to maintain a relationship. Before this relationship, my longest relationship was probably like close to like 18 months. Right. And so now.
So you get in and get out.
Yeah, I never made it past the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
Because there's some things about being a partner that I just did not understand. I am also a youngest child, but the age gap between me and my brother would make it such that sometimes I act like an only child. Right? Which is, if I want something, I'm going to get it. If you wanted something, why didn't you get it? I don't understand. I didn't know how to be a partner, and there's some aspects that I'm still learning. So that's like a lesson learned from me.
We all are. We all are still learning.
Yeah. But there are some lessons that people can get from dating or relationships, and we've talked about this before. One of the things I have appreciated is that all of my relationships, I really do internalize the lessons that I've learned in them before I go to the next one. So I want to ask you this question. What's one of the biggest lessons you've learned in a relationship or post-relationship about yourself, about yourself and about what it takes to build a successful relationship?
Couple of things. And it's so funny because you just said it when I was like, oh, you get in and get out. That is an important trait to have. Endurance is fickle. And I like to say that because, and we can provide context to that. So when I say endurance,
because I don't understand.
Let me get you more. Endurance can be fickle. I feel like Black people are a culture of people that have placed exceptional value on long-standing suffering. Right? The more you can endure, the better you are in any way. And this is like outside of relationships. This is it. If you can take it, and if you can stick it, and if you can whatever, despite what those circumstances may be, it makes you a better person. And we have to unlearn that. And I think that may have been why my longest relationship was the longest one, and why I learned so much outside of it and inside of it. You get what I mean? So it's almost just like what I learned could have been learned in the 18 months that you probably.
Oh, wow. So you feel like at some point it's the idea you've learned the lesson of, hey, peep the signs, know when to step away. Yeah, know when to step away. And when you can't, that becomes another lesson. When you can't and when you don't, it becomes another lesson that you're needing to learn. So those two lessons inside of my most recent relationship was that endurance is fickle, like, long-standing suffering
and that being something to champion, like why we feel that way. And then boundary setting. Long-standing suffering is directly associated with not setting boundaries. Like you didn't set boundaries here. And so it's just like now you feel like you gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That thing that you do. So I learned, and it was valuable, very valuable. Boundaries, your own boundaries, being able to have them with no explanation. Like, you know, for a while, we were raised that way. Like, why? You don't like this, and why? What's wrong with you? It's like, I don't have to explain boundaries. I don't have to explain you going too far. I don't have to explain, you know, why I'm making X, Y decisions based off of how I feel. So boundaries became a thing. And that's a thing too, like in relationships, in life, everybody knows you repeat the lesson until you get it. You know what I mean? Like until you get it. And that can be in any way,
it's going to keep showing up.
It'll keep showing up. And it's literally just like people like, oh, you have to pass the test. Quite literally, you will keep retaking the class until you pass. And you can't unenroll yourself. You can be taking the class over and you can be like, damn, now I get back in this class. You failed your test. Yeah. Hurry up and take your test. Because it's gonna come back and it can come back fast.
And you're gonna be tested. You're gonna say you learned the lesson, you're gonna be tested.
You get the test and I done failed it again. I tell you, y'all ain't got no study guide. Your study guide was all the shit that you said that you knew.
I was about to say the study guide was given.
Yeah.
The study guide was given. So with that in mind, let's say in your next, and not that you're like on the scene with a gangster lean, but in your next, I guess, dating relationship encounter, let's say more dating, what's something that you could see that you would say, red flag, boundary set, I cannot tolerate this moving forward?
I have so many. First of all, don't not me. I'm on the scene with the gangster league.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey.
There's so many things for red flags. I am a person who believes and am strongly an advocate for mental health wellness. And so someone probably like, you know, I don't know what my list of dating questions would be. Someone who is either has already been to see a therapist or is like unwaveringly open to doing so. Now, I never needed to, but I never want. It's like, yeah, I definitely want to. You know what I mean? Like, I would need that. So somebody that's just like, like, I don't do all that therapy.
That's something you're looking for. You need somebody to be in the care of a licensed practitioner. Yeah.
Or willing to go. You don't have to have been yet. I prefer you have been, but you know, we can't start ruling everybody out. As long as you're not one of them, I don't need to go. I don't need to go to therapy. That's what I'm saying. I'm grown. No.
Yeah.
Be willing to understand that whether you have identified them or not, you got some traumas, and I need you to know what they are. I don't need to be in a relationship figuring it out with you. And we can talk about your traumas, and we can talk about if I can work through them or not. But I was so rather you have already identified them.
Yeah. That's the one, or you got others that you want to share?
Mostly everything. One. Yeah, mostly everything trickles down from that. If you are doing that top one, the other stuff probably wouldn't matter. X issues. I don't play no X games. Get out of here. No X games. No. Oh, we still cool. We are really, really no. Again, everything that I'm gonna name is a trickle down effect of if you've done that top thing, we wouldn't have these issues. Mommy, daddy issues. Like unresolved. You know what I mean? Woo, you're a man. I'm not cool with my mom like that. Blah 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 blah. I can't, because you don't have no standard. You treat me like anything. And then to where if you don't treat me like anything, you treat me like everything, you kind of probably expect me to fill some shoes that I can't. Like, that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You know, just parental issues, unresolved parental issues, because they're rooted in deeper than anything that I could resolve without you having known them.
People talk about women. Let's say if you're talking about, I know you said you're bi. I'm just thinking about, like, if you're dating women, people talk a lot about daddy issues, but they don't talk about the issues that women can have with their mothers.
And they're worse to me.
I mean, they're worse. It can be real insidious.
It can be so insidious. Yeah. And it can be, people don't understand that it's not just like, people would love to just kind of brush it off to like, that's just not, you know, me, and like, but it becomes you. It becomes rooted in how you think, and everything that you do, everything that you think is filtered through the lens of those relationships. There are certain things, certain ways in which I would never ever move or treat a woman because of my relationship with my mother and my sister. You know what I mean? Like, and myself. But myself, my relationship with myself is a direct derivative of having watched them. You know what I mean?
That's real.
And so like I see myself through a lens of them.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I'm grown and I get it and I got my own self or whatever, but that's how I was, you know, that my self thoughts were formed through what I thought about them first. And so obviously, no, go ahead.
No, do you believe in soulmates?
Yeah. I don't believe in them. I don't believe in, well, I guess, so by the definition of soulmates, I guess it's just the one person that is your life person. So I believe that you have multiple soulmates, and I don't believe they all have to be romantic relationships. So, but I believe that there is a person or a set of people that are your people.
Yeah.
Are your people, and they're there to ride with you for a lifetime. And that's my definition of soulmate. And it could very well be, you know, anybody.
Have you seen, so I've been rewatching Black Mirror, and there's an episode that I forgot was one of my favorite episodes of the show.
So you watching the old ones or the new ones?
The old ones. The new ones come out in June. So in a few days. But there's an older one that I forgot was my favorite, and it's called Hang the DJ. Have you seen that particular episode?
You have to tell me about it. I don't remember the names.
So basically it's like where you're dating, and then you get the little app that tells you how long you're going to be dating that person.
Yes. I love that one.
Yeah. So we just watched it Sunday, and I was asking Tamika, I was like, if we had a little clock and you could look and see how long we were supposed to be together,
would you look?
Right? Because and I think what we talked about is like, I had so many revelations, and I'm sober as fuck when we're watching, but I just kept having so many revelations because it was like, yo, so it could be helpful, right? Because you want to look at the little timer because you don't want to waste your time, right? You don't want to, get all hot and heavy and share this deep emotional connection with somebody who you know is only for 9 hours. But when you don't know, you got to maximize every opportunity. And I think me and Tamika kind of leveled up a little bit after watching, because I'm like, you realize that we have a timer on us. I mean, like, we're married, and I say that meaning we don't know when God is going to call one of us home, or if, God forbid, something happens that tears us apart. Are we maximizing our time together? Like, because we don't know. It could be tomorrow. We could go to bed and something could happen. And are we maximizing our time together? So that made me think. And so we kept talking about, like, your ultimate partner. Is there such thing as an ultimate partner? And one of the things about that episode was, I mean, it's kind of tricky, but basically the couple that is the main couple on the show, they had done this. We love each other. We found each other. We're going to escape this matrix 99.8% of the time that they have met each other. So 99.8 times they have said, you're the one for me. We're going to escape this situation. And then boom, they're 99% match on a dating app in real life. And so it was like, what percentage are we? I told Tamika, we're like top 10, 1%, because there are a lot of things working against us and we're still trying to find it. So that's what makes me ask that question about, do you believe this idea of an ultimate partner or a soulmate?
So the thing is, too, specific to that episode, I love that episode. I think it's so great because it does speak to literally maximizing and living in the moment, but it also speaks to what I spoke about earlier and wasting your time. Because you don't know how much time you're going to get. I'm talking about your own clock, the clock inside the relationship. How much time are you wasting on what you know ain't it? You know this isn't it. Or maybe it is it, and you're wasting time inside of it, like BSing or fighting or whatever it is that you're doing that's not like maximizing this time. And so it's just like, maybe you're in a situation to where you're stringing them along, and then it's just like, I like this person, I really like it, I'm really invested, but like, it's got some other stuff, and you're stringing them along, and then right when you start to like them, what if your clock run out? And it's just like, no, I spent 6 months, like, not, and it's like, now that we're at the 7, I love this, and then now month 9 it's over. Or vice versa. You just spent 3 years, 2 years in something that could have ended, and now you got your forever thing, and it's like, man, I wish we ran out of time on this month, but I wish I had 4 other 2 other years that I could have used in this space. And so I think that that's so important, setting your boundaries. And if you can think that way, if you can think about literally your red flags associated with your clock, man, you could do some damage. You could do some damage and you can maximize your time. So yeah, I do believe in it. I believe in soulmates, or what, like just a love on fire. I'm trying to say on fire too much. Not too much fire, because it be like, you don't got to be all that hot. The fire could be the drama sometimes. It's like, don't set my love on fire. Just heat it up a bit.
Yeah.
But
not heat it up a little bit.
Just heat it up. Warm my shit up. Don't set me ablaze. That bring the drama. But yeah,
we've talked about this and we differ on this point. And it's not the point that I exactly hear you making right now, but the idea of wasted time.
So I don't believe in that. I don't believe in wasted time.
Okay.
I don't.
So even if a relationship doesn't work out, you spent 4 years in it and it doesn't work out.
Learning lesson.
But you gave me a good insight. You, not in this conversation, but in another conversation, you gave me good insight. So I don't believe in wasted time, because I'm like, all of it was for you to learn something. Just like on that show, episode, Hang the DJ, you had to go through these different dating experiences to pick up these little nuances. It's only, and I picked this up from something you and I talked about, it's only a waste of time if you knew you were supposed to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
And you're staying beyond. Like, to me, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm operating outside of God's will. This could be the same thing with a job, right?
Anything.
Like, the job is good, but at some point you start to feel undervalued. They're not respecting you. Then, your mental health is deteriorating, and obviously trigger, right?
Right.
But then you stay. And now at that point, it reminds me of that meme where you're holding on to this teddy bear and God is trying to give you something else, something bigger and better. And you're like, no, but I'm afraid to let this thing go. That's when you're wasting your time.
Yep.
To me. And I picked that up from something you and I talked about. Like, dang, that is crazy. That is crazy.
It'll start to feel like, and when I say that, I don't mean like, this just isn't it, blah, blah, blah. It may not even be the season for it. Like, maybe it's something, and the reason you're staying is because it's like, I feel like this is the right thing, but it may not be the right now. So go ahead and learn that lesson, because what's happening is what you do inevitably is prolong everything that is.
Yep.
The job that is, the life that is, the love that is, the experience that is. You may be needing something. The reason this isn't working over here is because you need to move, get this experience, learn this lesson over here, because you need it to come back. Maybe it's a job and you're doing terrible at the job, and it's just like, I need you to leave so that you can work this job, get that experience, and then you can come back and kill. Or this relationship isn't working because you do not have these values. Like, you got to learn this thing so you can come back and serve this person or serve yourself the right way. So whatever that is, like, and that becomes, like you said, your boundaries into play. Learn when to say, hey, this isn't serving me anymore.
Yeah.
Because that's what I said, that over making yourself a martyr for something that you don't have to be. Like, you got to figure out why you're doing that. Like, this don't even feel good no more. So it's just like, why are you staying? Your job don't feel good no more. You can get paid somewhere else. How come you're staying here? What has you tied? Is it fear? Is it whatever it is? Deal with that. And so that you can be fearless the next time. Like, maybe you need to leave and be like, hey, leaving was a lesson. I need to be able to drop something that I hold safe so I can see that I'm okay.
I love that. That's a word.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a full word. Hard pivot.
Okay.
What's the sexiest part of a man's body to you?
You know what's funny? Back. The sexiest exercise for me to see a man do is a pull-up.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's the flexiest, bossiest exercise ever. Everybody can deadlift. Everybody can squat, but how many pull-ups can you do? A pull-up is hard as hell to do. People, it is. And that's me. Most people can only do one. I can only do 3 myself. I'm working on 4. But to be able to just wah, and just rep pull-ups like a fucking prison dog, you just own the yard, just hey, and just do it, especially the ones that just go far with it. They in the CrossFit, they could do it, and then it'd be all to their chest.
And then they go over to the side, and then they go down
to the side, line tight right there. Boy, get your ass down there, your monkey ass nigga. I like climbing all on that shot. That's what I like. Adversely, the sexiest part on a woman's body, I like legs.
Something is wrong with you. I haven't moved past monkey ass.
Oh, monkey, that nigga down from there. Y'all see? I always look around.
So you say the same.
Nigga just hop up because you know they usually do it with no shirt on. So you hop up
Got
there,
to.
hey, and it be that nigga down from there climbing all across that bar like he do it. Type right. He somebody get this nigga down here. Somebody get this nigga something to drink. He's thirsty.
I want to tell you something. I have never seen a man do a pull-up with a shirt on. Because
Ever.
what is the point?
Why are you doing that? Yeah, it was because it's for your back. Pull-up is a back exercise. You can't see what I'm doing with got my shirt on. You can see that and the difference is somebody doing pull-ups, you're already in shape. Like that's one of the hardest exercises you can do. So you're not seeing a fat nigga do pull-ups because he can't. And so why do I need my shirt on? You know, nobody take their shirt like, oh, I'm about to do a deadlift. Let me take the shirt. No, it's not. You can do all that fat as hell. But if I'm gonna do a pull-up for you right quick, hold the line, blow, tear it off so you can see this back.
I just want you to know I have not recovered. But so the sexiest thing on a woman is legs.
Yeah, I like legs.
Okay. All right. Do you have a type?
Because I'm short.
Wait, you think because you're short, you got a thing for long legs?
Probably. I don't know why I like legs. I just do. Just it's just classy. It's just so regal. Especially you got nice, long, not just long. Wait. Nice legs. Because I just feel like saying long, just put any kind of legs up there. Long as no, it's not. Long, little chopstick legs. I'm not really into that. A good, strong leg that you done worked out. That is nice and they're firm. Good calf on that thing. Good hammy. Just a good base. Saying a lot about a woman. You got to take care of your base. Good woman. Yes, I love a leg. Good old long, strong leg.
Okay. All right.
Okay. That makes me flustered. Somebody run and give some ice water.
Non-physical attribute that you find most attractive in a man.
In a man and a woman, it would be the same. I'm definitely a bit of a sapiosexual. I love somebody who's. The world is so full of dummies. Like being smart, and I know that sounds crazy, but being smart.
No, you're not lying though.
Like it's a rarity, and it's so funny because we all think, just like you said, when you do something or you are an intelligent person, you think that everybody is. You don't think that you're special. It feels like everybody knows this, or everybody can have this conversation. Yeah. And the longer I'm on the internet, the more I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, champagne.
Yeah, you know you lie. I'm not. I can't. I don't. Champagne. Okay. Champagne. I would say SHAMPAINE. Yeah. Champagne.
Yeah. They're doomed. So intelligence is
that's a thing.
Okay. Hold it. It's a thing for me. Like, oh, you can do a pull up. You got nice legs, and you can hold a conversation outside of something about who should pay the bills. God.
Okay. So then let's touch on music a little bit. Let's move it. I want to give the listeners a little tidbit into your music life. Okay. I'm gonna start off with my favorite genre of music, which is gospel. When you are going through, what's the one gospel song you play that just does it for you?
And it's so funny because this is like a no-brainer.
If you name the song, no, you're not. Song. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell you're not.
That's not. It's probably not because this is. I'm gonna say it's an exclusive song, but it is my song and it does not waver. Got a couple other ones I'll throw in there, but my go-to song, and I'm talking about a breakup, my account broke. I'm talking about a stress of the unknown, anxiety. My go-to hunker down song is Jason Nelson, I Am. You know that song?
No, I do not.
It's okay because I'm singing a piece of. I'm see that first.
Jason or Jonathan? Because I know they siblings.
Jason Nelson.
Okay, because Jonathan Nelson
brother. Is that?
Well,
go ahead.
Are you confusing Jonathan and Jason?
No, I know it's Jason Nelson, baby.
Okay, so there is a Jonathan Nelson. I love Jonathan Nelson, but they are brothers.
That's so crazy that we both. Is that your go-to song by Jonathan Nelson? Is it
No. There are a few songs by Jonathan Nelson that I love. Hold on, I got to look up Jason Nelson. I do know that he has a brother.
Yep.
Jason Nelson.
Look up Jason Nelson. I am.
Don't know that song, but we're gonna play it for the listeners now.
You gonna play it for the listeners? No, you ain't even gotta play it for the listeners. Hold on, because no. We're not doing that. Listen to me. You're not gonna play it because it's gonna flag it, and then they gonna let them hear what they need to hear. I'm gonna sing it for you. Just hold the line.
Give it to me.
Give it. Now, this is it. And we ain't gonna play. I'm gonna have to say, the only reason I'm singing is because it's gonna flag us if we try to let you hear it. But go listen to it yourself, because I ain't gonna do it justice. But I'm only gonna sing the first verse and then the top of the chorus. That thing come in. And just imagine, I need to set the tone. Hold on, I gotta set the tone.
You about to sing a whole verse for us?
Just listen to me.
Okay.
Just set the tone to where I don't know what you struggle with. Amen. Maybe you anxious. Maybe you don't know the unknown. Maybe you thought something was gonna work and it doesn't, and you definitely just don't pop. Like sometimes you put all your eggs in one basket. I know they say don't do it, but if you do it and it don't work out, it is a nasty place to be in, wondering what could happen. That man come in that song and say, "I'm not drinking. That's all right. I am the creator. I am the maker of the universe. I am the one who spoke into nothing, and all creation heard. I am he who has all power in my hands." Stay with me now. And if you believe on my word, you can stand. I am healer, mender of broken heart, Alpha Omega, your destiny and where you start. I am the one who does impossible things. That's who I am. Just let me be who I am for you. That's it. Come on. Just all I'm saying is when I play it, I run it back.
Full body chills. What a gift.
Come on.
What a gift you have.
What, me?
Wow. No, that was beautiful. And I do know that song, and that song is beautiful. But thank you so much for sharing your gift.
That's all I know. Listen, and I don't know how God gonna feel about me taking a sip of my yak while I just sung that, but
now that's your nearly ginger.
That's nearly ginger. Every time.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about it gets me through, and I play it on repeat.
That was a gem. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Next
good.
question, Barbara.
All right.
That's Oprah. I'm gonna call you Oprah for that. Only Oprah would have been able to get that up out of me.
Who's your biggest cheerleader? Who is your biggest cheerleader?
My mom.
Your mom.
Yes.
Other than your mom.
My sister.
Gotcha.
It's basically in line. They were kind of like default. So funny enough, though, your biggest cheerleaders are such a blessing to your life, right? Let's go ahead and put that out there. Whoever your cheerleader is, your biggest one is a blessing. But also discern, my biggest cheerleaders are probably the most afraid for me in life. So be careful. Like my mom is my biggest cheerleader. My sister are my biggest cheerleaders, but they're also my biggest safekeepers. So when it calls for me, which I am doing more often than not, some big wild shit, it makes them nervous, and they may advise me against it, or they may say, maybe just wait. Like they are not a fan of my trial by fires at all. They hate it. But I've learned to, and if I were to lean into that, there would be so much I didn't do. You know what I mean? Because if you just let us, work through it and make sure that like I'm fine. And they respect it because they know me, and it's just become part of my personality to where they just like, Lord, she gonna do what she want to do. Or somebody just go over there and stand beside and see if she, just keep an eye on her. But
I love that.
So
that's a really
good
point. That's a really good point.
Just be
Because they
careful.
want to keep you safe.
They want to keep you safe. And sometimes being successful and being safe are not synonymous by far, by like a long shot. And so you just want to be mindful of that. People that love you the most, they want the best for you. And it's not a bad thing, you know, like for them, like they don't mean any harm, but you just have to, it's your job to discern that. So your people that are your biggest cheerleaders that want the best for you may not always be able to create a space if you're relying on them to do so. So just
you dropping bars. That's a really good point. That's a really good point.
The bar dropper.
So going into television now, that was a slight foray into music. Well, actually, I do want to ask this question before I leave music. Top 5 favorite artists, no particular genre, no particular time. Doesn't have to be right now, just in general.
That is, you cannot throw that on me.
Okay, well, don't rank them.
Across
just
the
name
time.
5.
Okay.
Just name 5.
I'm just gonna go and I'm gonna ramble off the 5, and I'm gonna go as they come to me. I'm gonna go Whitney Houston off the rip. Fellow Leo, exceptionally talented in all areas. So Whitney Houston. Obviously, I'm gonna go Beyonce. That's a given. So she takes up a spot. These are singing artists, right?
Singing, rapping, music artists is what I'm saying.
Oh God, Andre 3000 is my favorite rapper.
Okay,
so that's 3. Or rap. Do I want to give Wayne a spot in this top 5? I just feel like I'm missing somebody.
I just feel like everybody does this with Wayne. Everybody does this with Wayne. Everybody
does what? Debate if they want to put him in?
Yeah, top 5. Like
so this is the
everybody
thing.
argue like he's in the top 10, but when it comes down to the top 5.
No, even top 5, he would be my top 5 rappers, but you've given me like you got him against everybody. It's not just rappers right now. We're talking about everybody. I got Whitney Houston in there. I can't put Wayne in there with Whitney. So Andre 3000 could definitely go with Whitney though. So I got Dre, I got Beyonce, I got Whitney. I can only put one of them. Should I put TT Nita, Patty, or Betty Wright? I know, right? Betty's a little wild card. Maybe she can get her own spot.
Betty's out of there. And that one gotta go thing, Betty's out of there.
Betty's out of here. So we got
Patty.
We got Patty. Especially for me, my person. I'm gonna go Patty.
Yeah.
But I'm going to sing more of Anita's song, but Patty's gonna give me more of what I need. I'm gonna go to Patty. Greatest. I'm gonna go Patty. I don't have any men there. It's besides Dre. What singing man? I'm not gonna give it to Luther. I'm gonna be honest. I know it feels like he should be floating there, but I'm just not. What man is singing in a way that I need him to sing? Give me somebody. Give me a man that's singing. I want a singing man.
A singing ass man.
A singing ass man that ain't Luther. Or do I just gotta go ahead and give Luther his?
This shouldn't be that hard. A singing ass man.
Right now, the singing ass man that we trying to pick is somewhere like, I can't believe you. It's just not saying me.
So stupid. That's the most ridiculous, horrifying story.
I'm gonna age myself with who I'm thinking, but it's
Who?
I mean, he not above Luther. I just want to say this is the person that's coming to mind.
I'll say Johnny Gill.
Peebo. Peebo.
I'm gonna go Marvin.
Marvin who?
Gay. He's not a singing ass.
Talking about Marvin Sapp.
Nope. Not gonna get my glass on now. Yeah, shout out to Marvin. No shade on Marvin. Okay, and we definitely need it, but take it back. Sorry, Marvin. Love Marvin to death. I'm going to go because this is just for me and me personally in my life upbringing. I have to give that to Al Green. So top 5. We got Al Green. We got Beyonce. We got Whitney Houston. We got Patti LaBelle.
What?
And who else was there?
Andre 3000.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
That's it.
Okay.
3 steps.
That was hard. It was hard. That was what I asked you to do.
It was impossible. So give me some grace, guys. I know after this, you're going to be, I can't believe she ain't safe. Just give me some grace. I was on the spot.
Second to last question. What is one thing that most people misunderstand or get wrong about you?
Probably what people get wrong about most comedic entertainers or funny people in general is that we certainly have a very, I don't even want to call it the serious side, but it's a side of discernment that people think funny people lack, because they think that we think everything is a joke. And though most things are, we're pretty like solidly sound people. So I think that people probably feel like, for almost, for example, if you're having like a very serious issue or very serious concern, and maybe you need advice, people may not put me at the top of their list to call, because like, I ain't calling that fool. I'm talking about I'm dealing with this. She gonna try to make it just like not really. And you probably actually will get better advice, because our perspectives are very, they're so unique, and we have to keep them that way, because imagine having to be able to appeal to 17 different types of people's funny and how they think and how they see. Our perspectives are very unique. And so I think that would probably be the most misunderstood thing, is that I hate to call it the serious side. I don't know what I've named it yet, but like, because everybody obviously has that, but it's not always, I'm not always on.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see people thinking people that are funny. It's almost like that, like what we hear is, tell me a joke. And
it's just like
that you think everything is a fucking game.
And it's not.
Yeah.
More often than not, it's probably not. And most of the comedy is probably rooted in, it's not funny, but I know how to make it. So yeah.
And my last question for you, fairly simple. What is your favorite old Black saying? Something old Black people say that is your favorite phrase.
That's so great. That's another on the spot one. And you know what's coming to mind first? Something I actually never say it. Never actually say it. But it would probably be the most, it would probably hit the most, is God ain't through with me yet. And I mean that like for everything. Most people say that with respect to, like, I'm not perfect or still work in progress. But I mean it to everything. Like the things that you thought you might accomplish that you haven't yet, dreams you thought you might attain that you haven't hit yet. Like God ain't through with you yet. So I'm a roll with that one.
Okay.
Yeah. God ain't through with me. I like that one.
That's a good place to end. That's a good place to end.
That's nice. I like it.
Do you feel good about what you shared with the
amazing
listeners?
Anything else y'all want to know? Drop a little stuff, man. I don't mind. I was very open booky.
Send us an email if you want to know more about Michi. You know what I mean? Send an email. Ask some follow-up questions.
Ask some follow-up questions.
Because you really did drop some gems in there. And there are some things that she shared that really resonated with you. Please email us, comment on Instagram, comment on the YouTube. So let's take a dive into the mess that is fucking pop culture.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not a person, I pass and passively look at the Shade Room, and most of the time in my head I'm asking, who, what, who is this, what is that? And so I don't have a lot here. There's some things that are sticking out at the top of my head, and maybe we could just go tit for tat. But I do want you to start.
So I'm not even going to address the drama of this month, week, whatever. You excited about that?
It's so good, and I'm so excited about it.
What you do with your hands there? What you do with your fist there?
I don't know. I don't know what I do.
I'm so excited. The color purple is coming. That's why you wear your bonnet today.
Never seen. I plays and shit aren't my zhuzh. My wife has put me on more plays and things like that, but I have always loved Fantasia's singing of I'm Here. And I listened to that song, like how you talked about, like I Am. I listen to I Am Here when I am going through a hard. It's on my playlist.
Come on.
I'm gonna hold my head up. I can't sing like you, but I'm gonna put my shoulders back and look straight in. And I love that. I'm gonna flirt with somebody when they walk by. I love Fantasia. I want to be very clear. I am a Fantasia Barrino fan.
Me too.
To see her in the movie when she got to play, to hear that song, and then just Hallie, it just
give me your favorite Fantasia line from any song.
From any song.
Open, like just whatever song. What she said, any song. Give me your favorite.
Put your picture on my mirror.
Picture.
Put your I put your picture.
You gotta say.
I put your picture. But I'm talking about, I listened to, I mean, that there was a Fantasia album that came out. I just don't feel like nobody fucked with it enough.
Yeah, I know it, and I know what you're talking about.
You talking about the one with Even Angels?
Yeah.
And that cornbread and collard green. Collard. Woo!
Yesterday I kissed you and told you that I was through.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. And so I just want you to know also too, something y'all who don't know me that are listening, it's the love, the affinity that I feel for Oprah Gail Winfrey it's about how it was for Maya Angelou. And when I saw Oprah yesterday in that purple silk,
telling us to pick our purple, then lost a little bit too, ain't it? Oprah getting thin. I said, Oprah, shut up.
I said, wow. I mean, I'm outdone by this trailer.
Imagine that, but wait, because I feel like nobody's gonna talk about it or whatever. And I feel like I ain't gonna say it's inside scoop because anybody can follow him. Let's not let it breeze over us that Taraji P. Henson is Suge. Now Suge sang. Everybody know I'm saying like Suge. And I saw a snippet of her performing with what's the buddy name with the bouffant? He always be playing the piano. And she was
that guy. What's his name?
That guy. You know what I'm saying? I forget his name. I hate it. We'll put it because I hate to have to forget it. But he always be, on Instagram. He's a vocalist, a music probably vocal coach. But she was working with him and she wasn't singing Color Purple.
Oh, you're talking about my guy who do the Tuesday. He gone.
I don't know. Look his name up real quick.
Yeah.
But she was singing. She was at his house. He was playing the piano and Taraji was singing. And she was holding a note. And I was, oh, not you had a little something that you're going to give us a little shoulder and take it back. Come on, Sugar. And so I love that. I love that. And I wonder how she felt.
Stevie
Mackey. His name?
Yeah.
Yeah. Him. She was working with Stevie Mackey. And let me make sure that's who I'm talking about. But she's singing. So I was like, dang, I don't know if they're going to give us that same Sugar.
I'm so excited.
And I wonder how she feels, like just because Tasia sings, baby.
Yeah,
there's a couple others. So I'm just like, hopefully she was able to hold her own and didn't feel uncomfortable. But
it's gonna be so good though, because Taraji sings, and and it's the idea, and there's been other things that she's saying. But when she's saying that, it's hard out here for a pimp when it's trying to get the money for the rent. Taraji did that shit. And so the idea of her being in The Color Purple, and I mean, just star-studded cast. I'm so excited. I'm not a big fan of a lot of remakes, like like House Party, and what else did they recently remake? House Party.
That House Party was
something else. I'm not a big fan of a lot of remakes, but this one, particularly because Oprah got her hand in it.
I think that we would feel differently if she didn't. I don't care if the trailer was the same. I don't care, because even with it, when they didn't show Oprah at first, it showed a little boom. Come on.
Yeah.
And I saw it, I was like, all right, hell.
Oh, our girl from Danielle Brooks, I think her name, for Orange is the New Black.
And let's talk about Chloe. Chloe is getting to the Hallie is getting to the bag. Sorry. Mix them up. They ain't twins.
Yeah.
But they're sisters. Everybody knows you got sisters the same. Hallie is getting to the bag. I said, you better come off the cusp, off the heels of Little Mermaid.
We ain't even seen Mermaid.
We ain't even seen it yet. But sis said, Paul, that's what she said in her post. I got to pause from the Mermaid press to bring y'all the next thing I'm on. I said, you better be young Nettie.
Stay on our necks.
Stay on it. I'm talking about with big hitters. It ain't just, you ain't playing on our neck. You got your foot on it. And I said, go ahead, Hallie.
Yeah. Everybody was wondering, oh no, why wasn't she on the last 2 seasons of Grownish? She been working.
She been working, ain't ya? And then, you know what's finna come though? What? You know the slander that's finna come. Hallie out here getting a bag that's sufficient, and Chloe worried about, you know what's finna happen. Chloe better worry less about. I know what's happening.
People just be saying shit. We not in our normal segments, but that's the bullshit y'all just be saying. I
know what's coming. I'm ignoring that because both of those girls can get to very different bags simultaneously. And I'm here
Beyonce
for all of it for
and
both.
Solange.
I agree. Love it.
You know what I mean?
Please. And I feel like they're going to start trying to down talk my girl Chloe just because she's not getting
They
a
look for
Disney
every
contract.
reason to do it anyway. They
Yeah,
look for every reason to talk
definitely.
about that girl.
But
So,
I'm excited. I definitely am excited about Color Purple to even find out that Oprah had her hands in it. So if she's happy with it, you know, we don't have a choice. She was cool with it. I'm cool with it.
I'm perfect with it.
And I
wanted to ask you about this, and I don't know if you've seen the video, and I just want to be very clear that I don't, when we get to talking about pop culture and we do this once a month or however so often, this ain't my bag. But I did hear about the whole Derek Jackson and his wife. I saw the interviews and her looking like she was a captive. But right before we started this podcast, I saw an interview with her saying that she knew the bodies of the women. Yeah, the bodies of the women that he was sleeping with and admiring better than she knew her own body. But what really got me was her saying that she would look at the sex tapes of him with other women and study it so that she can try to emulate that when they were fucking. Yeah. And like, it's so heartbreaking that I can't even really clown sis. Like, I can't even make joke. Like, that is a level of just
let me help you.
Low self-esteem. It's just terrible.
Yeah. Well, not even that. So it started low self-esteemish, and it was like I felt bad. I was like, damn, like that's deep. You know what I mean? To have to look for another woman, or I looked at their bodies. I knew their bodies better. Like even that line, that one hitter line was like, Lord, we can be low. But then it teetered a little bit to that sociopathic territory because, man, watching him on tape, I feel like there's
how did she get the tapes?
How did you get the tape? Did she? I didn't even hear her. I thought she said she would watch it. She did say she would watch him and try to, and I just, did she actually say how she watched him on tape?
Yeah, she said that she would watch him have sex with other women.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe she went through his phone. Maybe he was that trash of a guy. He saved it on his phone. I don't know, but there's something. Everybody has a breaking point, and we can talk about this next episode or whatever. Everybody has a breaking point. There's always a straw that breaks the camel's back, and for that not to have been yours, and for you to instead take that and be like, there's a thing, and I'm gonna say this and let it go because Iyanla gets wrapped up into this too. There's a generation of women, and it's why we have such a stark difference of women today and women then. There's a generation of women, and we've talked about this before, whose pivotal moment in life or whose sole value in life is to bind and keep a man, period. They don't see anything beyond that. They will devalue women that pursue careers. They will bring shame on independent women, whatever it is.
Ignore their kids.
Ignore their children. Invalidate their children, whatever it is, because prime success is getting a man and keeping him and making him do whatever needs to be done to make that man stay. And the women of today, this new generation of women, these up and coming ones, as wild as they may be, as city girls that we may laugh, they're not here for that shit. They're not here for it. They're not here for what they can't get out of the deal. There's certainly a happy medium in between the two, which is, I think, where our generation lives. But that woman saying that sound like something coming directly from the middle of a Black Medea home. I don't know.
If he out there seeing that woman, you need to be looking at what she doing so you can
see what she doing, because you're losing your man to her. You hear me? That hope. We back to Betty.
And clean up, no can't be a clean up woman.
Having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. So I'm gonna take what I got and work with it. That was Betty's line. If I could never call it hard, I want y'all to look at my mouth when I say it, because I want to puff my cheeks. Fool. Shit. What?
That is wild.
Having a piece of man, a piece. Betty said having a piece of man is better than having no man at all. Take what you got and work with it. I'm talking about as much as I can, put the shit in my hands and clap, then wipe my eyes before.
But But even then, like, let's say we're talking about your grandmothers or your great grandmothers.
Yeah.
They would endure that stuff because we weren't allowed in the workforce.
Right.
You couldn't get a lease in your
couldn't
name. We
have a
couldn't
bank
even
account.
fucking vote. Nope. Right? Like, you had no say in this fucking country. You were not safe without the covering of a man. And but so to be in that space in the year 2023.
Wild.
What has happened in your life, my love?
Wild. And there's so many men that reference that. Your grandmama relationship, blah, blah, blah. She could not own a home on her own. She could not work. She could not have a bank account. And I'm talking about till late. Like, it wasn't like a old, up until 1920. It was fairly recent that women could own. It wasn't that long ago that you could own a bank. You couldn't own a bank account. You could not make money for yourself. She had to stay. Tell her, yeah, your grandma would have told you about my grandparents stayed together, even though my granddad, she had no choice. No, the answer is now. No. I have my money. So what else? I own my home. What else? I actually, if you're talking about me specifically, I built the table that we eat now. So what's happening? What you talking about?
It's a lot.
And I'm we can get into it. Whatever. We try not to we ain't dive that much, and I won't give all that personal. Baby, when I say I'm good, I'm just gonna leave it there. We're gonna keep it classy. But I say I'm good in all areas of life. Baby, I'm good. I'm good. If I'm on the left, I'm good. If I'm on the right, I'm good. If I'm with him, I'm good. If I'm with her, I'm good. I'll be goddamn if I see a video come up and it ain't me on it, and I'm talking about studying it. Baby, maybe she right. Learn something. Watch the video.
This is the next. Watch the video and learn the tricks for the next. I'm not about to learn. I'm not about to watch my husband.
Ooh, yes, I am. I am. You know when we gonna watch it? Babe, let's watch. You want to put a movie on? Guess what I found? They'll see it. You found something? Yeah. Make sure you can get our plates. Make our plates. This one's so good. I watched 3, but this is my favorite one. Put it up. Now who choking?
Right here. That shit crazy. But anyway.
23 is wild.
What else you got?
That's it for me.
That's all you got for pop culture?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about The Color Purple. I was very excited about that.
Fucking long ass list here.
Let's get it. Save it for next time.
Well, I'm just gonna throw all of it out. Janelle Monáe's titties look great. Megan Good and Jonathan Majors. Megan Good said that Jim Brown, the late Jim Brown, was like a mentor to her. He used to go upside women's heads all day. He pushed a woman off the banister. No, I feel like she might be a sympathizer.
Yes, you think she's
I hate to say that, because what if Jonathan did not abuse them women? But if he did, and Megan Good saw Jim Brown as her uncle, play daddy.
That's a goddaddy.
You see what I'm saying? So she might be a sympathizer. It made me wonder, Megan, are you okay? If Jonathan did it, if he did it.
What I realized from that, what I pulled from it, she may be, but the harder truth is that she doesn't have a publicist. That's what I pulled. I was like, oh, she has no representation at all.
That picture of her and Jim Brown, set it up.
That picture, first of all, just it coming out that she's with Jonathan Majors full speed, and then it comes out another week that y'all up holding hands like, oh, baby, read the room. And then she was like, yeah, I don't care, I'm coming out. I'm like, oh, she don't have no publicist. Because I also was like, dang, if that really is her goddaddy, maybe she don't, like if that's her, because the way she is spoken in the post, she might not have been like, oh, God, daddy, I know that you got this going on. I don't want to fool with you. It might not have been. Some people, sometimes if his family is completely removed, but that might have been something that you sent the family group chat.
It's tricky. I mean, it's just something. I don't know if other people connecting that. Jonathan Majors is accused of this.
I get it.
Jim Brown did it a lot.
A whole lot.
And now, you see, I'm concerned.
Yeah, and she came out so strong too. Like I feel like she's her energy towards it is real unwavering. Like with my chest, I'm saying it. Yes, that's my God, daddy. Yes, that's my nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. Yes, I'm out. Yes, I'm holding hands.
Yeah. You know what the energy she's giving? The energy she's giving reminds me of the energy that people that still listen to R. Kelly give. Like,
Yeah.
they do it with a vengeance.
They do.
Like, yeah, I'm
They gotta
stepping
say
in
it.
the name of love. Yeah, age ain't nothing but a number over here. And I'm like, why you got to be so angry about your love for a fucking pedophile?
Yeah, I guess just if you're gonna listen to it, just listen. But then
In
they
peace.
kind of just listen to peace. But it'd be like because you're looking around to see who's gonna say something about you listening.
Let me
It's
tell
like,
you something.
yeah, what do we do? Yeah, it's playing. Nobody said anything to you.
When I was at one music fest last year here in Atlanta, the DJ was like, I'm gonna see where y'all at with it. I'm gonna see where y'all at with it.
They usually do.
And they made that he might have played Ignition. Now I'm not trying to be. I used to love that song.
Yeah.
But and then the people, they stood up with like a fervent energy, like they just had to proclaim it. When I went to Jamaica not too long ago, a month ago, and they playing "What Do We Do." I didn't. You don't think I wanted to step in the name of love, but it's principles that keeps me from doing it. But the people that I was with, they were like, come on, Sherry, you know you want to hit it. You know you want to hit the happy people. For me.
How you was doing it? How you do it like this there when they grab your shoulder? Say, hey, get your hand.
Your ass off of me.
You know you want to step. Come, check. You know you want to step your hands off me.
Get fucking hands off of me. But anyway, I don't know if anybody else drew that connection, but what was you gonna say about Janelle's titties?
It was out there. I said, let me tell you something. She said she has done away with them goddamn business suits. She said them work suits is out. That button up to that collar, with that top hat bullshit. She be not like it because I like Janelle Monáe style. I come on out the room.
Let me tell you
out the closet into the room and into the water. She did a lot that weekend.
Of the body parts that I like on a woman.
Yeah, legs ain't it, is it?
It ain't it.
It ain't legs. It,
you know, I just, my wife is blessed and it just puts me to sleep every night. You know what I mean? Like,
that's nice. That's nice now.
Whew, yeah. All right.
I'm gonna call them pillows. Pillow.
And
hers won't pillows though. It's skeeter bite. Skeeter bite. It's a little bit bigger than skeeter bite.
Yeah, it was like if she got stung by a bee, she was allergic, and so they swelled up.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
It was wet in that.
That's always good because they sit nice. They always like this. It's almost like you know what? I was about to say a long-standing sit nice, but I have seen some very small-sized, flat, deflated. And I don't know how did you manage to get this happening? Like gravity should have no bearing on you. How did you manage to get your titties to sit this low and this small? But anyway,
crazy. I've only been with women that have except for one, but the others have had nice bosoms. You see what I'm saying? I like
I'm blessed with a nice sit myself.
Yeah, yes, you are. Okay. I look.
Friend.
What do you think about all of this extra prom stuff? This over the top.
No, I seen somebody right before we started this.
Yeah.
It was hard to even tell if it was a send-off or a come home. But it was a wedding reception. Like they should have had the prom at what her family prepared for her. I'm talking about, we're gonna put it here. If you were in the video, for the video watchers, this is it. Corner block.
I saw that.
I saw that.
I saw that.
Did you see the inside? And they literally, bro, I'm not doing it. All I want is, God knows, I want my child. I can't wait to have children. I want children. And if they are ever so blessed, I don't know what it might be because it'll obviously be 17 years at minimum from now. But the answer right now is no.
It's a no.
It's a no. Even, I know, and I'm sending them off. You're going to be clean. But even some of the elaborate dresses is a no. Like I know some of these parents for these custom dresses, you paid upwards of 5-6 stacks for that. The answer is not just no. Hell no.
What did you ride the prom in?
Range Rover.
A Range Rover.
Somebody's uncle's.
Let me tell you how I came with it. I went to my senior prom and a 1929
Ooh,
stretch Rolls Royce.
very nice.
Because me and my best friend we were so goofy, but we wanted to, we were like, we ain't going to prom in no stinking Lincoln. Like that's what we used to say.
Yeah.
Like really, we're 17. We're like, look at that old stinking Lincoln. And so we were like, okay, let's find something fancy. I don't know how I saw it, but I saw the man just one day and I said, can I please get your business card? And I showed my best friend Kiana, I said, Key, we gotta pull up in this. And we stepped out in that I can't wait.
Woo! You were
wait.
so Atlanta with it. You should just
Sleepy
take
Brown.
your foot out. Soon as
You couldn't tell me nothing. The top song at my prom was Yeah by Usher. And Happy People. Okay?
Yeah.
The year's 2004. You could tell me I went from Chicago. I was two-stepping it. I did have my best friend's grandmother made my dress.
Okay.
I gotta post a picture.
You got to. I'm gonna post mine too.
The Genesis, but I gotta post a picture. I have never been so mad at somebody in my life as I was my prom date that night. I went to prom date with a man. This boy showed up.
You went with a boy.
With a boy. He showed up, did not have a fresh haircut, did not have a fresh lineup. He didn't go to my school. And he had on a 3/4 length suit. I had red hair, like red to match the red in my dress. Kelly Rowland.
You was very Atlanta.
Kelly Rowland flips. Okay. Had to go get the weave. Had to get that weave the right color. Flipped up. Flips weren't moving.
Yes, come on. Stiff and rocker.
Couldn't move shit. Dress made by my best friend's grandma, pulled up in that 1929 stretch Rolls Royce.
Yeah, a showdown.
Oh, yeah. We went to Cafe Intermezzo here in Atlanta. Because, again, I wanted to be so left of center. Yes. I'm not going to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Ruth Chris. But it wasn't nothing like what we're seeing today. Yeah. Nothing like
we didn't have that, though. That wasn't an option for us.
And prom
my senior prom date wasn't my senior
thing.
Prom. Yeah, that wasn't a thing. Promposal, and I'm actually not so opposed. I feel like that's a lot too, but like that's where the extraness started. Remember, just a couple years ago, that's what the thing was. Promposal. Yep. How elaborate can the promposals be? And every year, it becomes more and more crazy. After the promposals, it was the dresses. The dresses and the suits became outlandish. And this year, they said we gonna kill them again. And I'm just like, what is next? Like, where are y'all? Who's paying for these children's weddings when they get older? If you doing all this for the prom, where do you go?
The thing is, y'all are doing the most for these proms, and controversial, but you don't like it, I don't care. Y'all doing the most for these high school graduations. How hard is it to graduate from high school?
If you are, I feel like some of these prom things, send-offs we seeing, I need to see some of these report cards. I got to. I need to see these report cards because who is this for? Who is for? It can't be for a C.
It can't be. I know you're not doing all this prom stuff for somebody who you got to cry and catch the Holy Ghost because they done graduated high school.
Please. I need you to. And I'm talking about
hard
some of these, you doing this promposal and right after we look at these cap and gowns, it ain't a stolen sight. It ain't an extra cord in sight.
Ain't a nothing. Not a Baylor Club. Not a blue National Honors. Not DECA, ain't a leather jacket,
ain't nothing. All you see is
the man a kente cloth just to say he black.
He black. You don't even got that.
Something.
Y'all out here doing all this extravagant promposals, and you had to talk to the math teacher before to make sure he was y'all. Let him walk, please. At least. Our family.
Let him walk. He gonna take summer school.
All our family gonna be here.
That's it. That's it.
You can't just let them walk.
That's it. Now, I'm not going to tell y'all the story of how I begged for a National Honor Society stole, even though my GPA was just right below it, but I could not graduate undecorated. Yeah. That's aside from the point. I'm a doctor now. Mm-hmm. But
say it again.
I'm a doctor now.
Period.
But the last thing I want to leave y'all with is if you are a parent and your child is 15, 16, they're getting ready to go one of these proms, just know that you're doing all of that. You're doing all of that on the outside for the people to come and see your child. They're going to go in that prom. they're going to do a 15-second TikTok and they're going to sit there and be bored unless they high on drugs or drinking. But they going into these proms. I'm telling you, I know people that DJ these proms. They going into these proms and sitting there and scrolling on their phone.
Jesus.
Meanwhile, you done paid $5,000 for a suit for your child to sit there and flex their thumbs like they do.
Another $3,000 for the send-off decorations that you
for the send-off.
The DJ
and
had to
you
come.
That lady that done took over her whole neighborhood block. She done had to sanction the HOA.
Yeah.
Your child going in that prom to hit one little at the TikToks and they done.
That's it. You better hope they stand right for the picture. I hope you got some good ones at the house. Because at that prom and that man taking that picture, do they even send
Lifetime? Don't even do that pictures anymore. They probably they got that 360 booth. They do that little boomerang shit, and that's it. Meanwhile, I'm standing there looking awkward with my ugly prom date. I hope he never
with the steps in the background.
Looking crazy. Gently push your hand on his shoulder.
Yes.
And then show your corsage. So I am none other than Fire Angelou. Next week, Michi will be introducing and interviewing me.
Yeah.
This has been the Facts and Feelings Happy Hour. Michi, where can they follow you on social media?
Follow me everywhere you want to find me at Michi Davis, METCHIE Davis. Email. Give them that.
facts.feelings.pod@gmail. Again, facts.feelings.pod@gmail.
If you got something that you wanted to ask me, you can drop it in the comments or you can send the email if you wanted more info. If you got something that you want to make sure I ask Michelle for next episode, just send it. Just say, hey, we already know what's going on because we're telling you what it is now. We'll really give you some insight. But next week, we will be interviewing Fire, all about Fire. So let me know.
I appreciate y'all for listening. Fuck with us. We out.
This song gonna be Noise. Ha, 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 noise. Ooh.
That was good. I like it.